Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we are going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis, technical analysis over on GameStop. Now again, I probably will stop covering this a bit because really it's the same trade plan every time it happens. Nothing really changes. You're always going to get really the same people kind of trade it more in a bearish sense, and you're always going to be having the bag holders or the people who just really like trading this long bias. So I think the analysis on this does kind of get a bit pointless, but we can see the same thing happens every time. So obviously they had their earnings. We had a massive gap on this. We went from around $17. I think we opened around 27. So about a 50% move or 50% gap overnight. Now, whenever kind of these GameStops, AMDs do this, instantly it's something I play short bias. Reason for that is, firstly, from a technical standpoint, where do our deviations take us? They take us to overbought levels. Overall, these stocks are big downtrending stocks. Again, the only reason they really made the move before was a short squeeze or hype. So really, when they're pushing to these upper deviations, I know the overall trend is down. I want to catch that downtrend. So really, if it's gapping or pushing up to these levels or above, I'm trading it short bias. So really, that's why yesterday, as soon as the market's open, I'm hitting it with puts. And then what I'm always waiting for is, like right now we pulled back. That was kind of a scalp, about a 5-minute trade into the open, just kind of get that big move on the open. So now we started to pull back. We broke the 25 support. We're now kind of touching this 22.50 support. So now it's kind of down to, can this level hold? If we end up getting a bounce and breaking above this 27.75, this is where the big swing trades come in. Whenever we kind of break the high of a gap, that's when I then look to swing trade it. And the way I do this is through credit or debit spreads. Reason for that is I can look out maybe 2-3 months and say the price on GameStop will be below $25 in 2 months' time. The chances are it will be below that, considering, again, it's a downtrending stock. Yes, it might have a week of hype and kind of pumping, and then it's just going to crash straight back down, as we've seen time and time again. So that's really how I trade these. The first time they gap, coming into the open, it's usually just a put. I'll trade the outright option and try and just get some scalps on that. If it pushes it kind of again, then I will be looking to do it as an kind of a swing trade option. The reason for that as well is obviously the momentum is going to be a lot weaker. You can see over on the 4 hour, I mean, clearly, I really overbought coming into here. We pull back. Now, if we end up breaking this 27 high, obviously we are most likely going to be trading at a divergence, which kind of just gives us that bit more confidence on the trade. And that's why I prefer that going on to the swing trade, because we just have that one extra reason for entry. But the day trade is also the way I like to trade it. But again, it will be usually a 5-10 minute trade into the open. If it goes against, just get out quite quickly. But a lot of times it will kind of just go your direction right away. And if it obviously does, then staying in until it kind of shows a sign of weakness. So those were obviously the 2 key levels to be paying attention to. If we can hold that support, again, looking for that bounce. If we can break the high, then probably looking to take or open the first credit spread around that high. But if we can break higher, I'll be looking at the 29, the 32, and the 35 as extra levels to be adding in. Now, these are one of the trades as well. I do actually take a bit bigger size than most other trades, and reason for that is I just know the probability is much more in my favor. Obviously, if I'm trading this strategy on, say, in a video or a Facebook or a Google or something, there is definitely a chance for it to kind of continue running, just because obviously they've got the fundamental foundations. Whereas, yes, GameStop had some good news. It was their first profitable quarter in a while. It's really not enough. Overall, the stock is still pretty terrible fundamentally. So I know even if it runs, it is way overvalued. I'm expecting that big pullback. So again, that's why I'm willing to take more size. If the fundamentals are lining up with the technicals, I'm always happy to take more size. So those are the key resistances. Obviously, if we end up breaking below that 22.50, probably not something I'm looking to trade, because our next targets will be around $18.50 and $16. This is statistical mean. If you watched this channel before or you understand standard deviation channels, really within the range of statistical mean, it's not an area I like to trade, because this is considered fair value on a stock. And if I'm trading off a technical reason, trading at fair value obviously makes no sense. There is no edge. So really, I would have to wait for a break to the downside. I'd really have to see a break of that 52-week low down to around 11.25 to around 9.50 until I can see some potential long bias plays. And again, the way I play these, probably not through the credit or debit spreads, because I don't expect it to really close above this level, say in a few months' time. But I would definitely expect to see some sort of a bounce. You'll have people just trying to buy up these lower lows. So it would really just be playing probably an outright call. and just seeing if we can kind of get, you know, a few point bounce and then just locking in profits pretty quickly on those kind of ones. I don't really like playing these stocks long buys because, again, the overall downtrend, well, it is an overall downtrend. And if we broke to an extreme low, obviously then we have $4.30 and $3, but don't expect to see that anytime soon. So anyway, that's a breakdown I can see currently on GameStop. If you enjoyed the video, why not drop a like and subscribe? Let me know if you're currently trading GameStop. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.